Hey everyone. So, on days like today and the next few days to come, we are probably all dreaming of warm and cozy blankets and playing inside. But for some animals, that's not an option. So, some animals make adaptations to their bodies to survive the winter. Now, an adaptation is any behavioral or physical characteristic an animal makes to help it survive in the environment. So that can be their fur, or they can go into a state of hibernation, or animals migrate, such as butterflies and bees and birds, or their natural instincts are sometimes considered adaptations. So some animals are actually built for the winter. So I'm going to talk about some that you might be able to find in your area. Let's talk about squirrels. So if you look outside, you see squirrels running around, and they're usually pretty active, but they do not hibernate. And they are also spend their time in the fall preparing for winter. They gather food and they store it in places, and they also eat a lot during the fall so that they can fatten up and store all of that extra body fat. And these are all examples of behavioral adaptations. Wood frogs. They live farther north than any other reptile or amphibian in North America. And so that means that they have some adaptations to help them survive the winter. And these are physical adaptations. So they actually freeze as a means to survive. The frogs produce a special substance that works as an antifreeze in their bodies. And their hearts stop beating, their breathing stops, and 70% of the water in their bodies freeze. But this special substance also prevents them from freezing completely, which could kill them if they froze completely. Black Cap Chickadees. So if you remember last week, we talked about some birds who stay during the winter, and this is one of them. They are small birds and they can withstand severe winters because of their adaptations. They can actually enter a state of hypothermia at night, which means that they can lower their body temperature very, very low to help store energy. They can also increase their heat production when the weather gets too cold. They also have a full coat of feathers, which is very thick and provides great insulation and some waterproofing. They also start preparing for winter in the fall, like squirrels, by gathering food and storing fat. All right. Next, we're going to talk about white-tailed deer. Something else that you see pretty regularly throughout the year. But like most other animals, their bodies change during the fall and winter so that they can store fat. They also shed their fur and grow a new thicker coat with hair called guard hairs. The guard hairs actually absorb sunlight and trap body heat to help keep them warm. They also produce oils that help them become waterproof to protect themselves from the snow. So this week, I want you guys to kind of pay extra attention to the animals you see outside, especially in the next couple of days as the snow gets thicker, and kind of see what kind of adaptations that some of these outside winter animals might have. And I'll see you guys next week.